Sunday, June 2nd.
2024.
We're at Crowder's Mountain State Park, just over the border into North Carolina, in a town called Kings Mountain. There's Kings Mountain, which is the town in North Carolina. There's Kings Mountain State Park, which is a state park, campground, recreation area in South Carolina. And then there's Kings Mountain National Battlefield, which is in South Carolina, and it is a Revolutionary War park. It was the first time that the colonialists and the loyalists fought against each other in the Revolutionary War. I spent a couple of months ago, we did a hike the other way across the Ridgeline Trail, the other direction towards Crowder's Mountain. Today, we're going to take the same entry trail off the parking area, and we're going to go to the left towards Kings Mountain instead of
Kings Mountain State Park.
Yes, and Kings Mountain instead of right towards Crowder's Mountain. It is the Ridgeline Trail that runs between Kings Mountain and Crowder's Mountain. The trail you see right in front of us is the Ridgeline that runs between Kings Mountain and Crowder's Mountain. And so down here, the last time we went, we took a right off the approach trail. So this time we're going to go left, go back towards Kings Mountain State Park in South Carolina. There's some signs and stuff about how the state lines were drawn and that sort of stuff that we'll look at when we get there, but it'll be a little bit before we get there. We've made the left-hand turn off of the approach trail. We're headed towards Kings Mountain State Park and the South Carolina border. We're not far on the other side. It's like a mile or so, I think, to the South Carolina border. And then this trail will take us all the way down into the state park first, and you go through the state park. And if you stay on this trail, it'll take you down to the Revolutionary War Park. It looks like rain today. It's very cool, it's very close, very humid. Overcast with scuddy clouds, but the radar, I just checked the radar, and it says 5 p.m. we'll get some thunderstorms here, and we shall see, but it's looking a lot like rain. I don't know if you just saw that pole back there, that metal pole. If you have seen the Crowder's Mountain video where we went to Crowder's Pinnacle, this trail, the Crowder's Pinnacle and the Ridgeline Trail, all have cell service on them because we're pretty close to Clover?
Yeah.
And we're not far out of Charlotte. We're 45 minute drive out of Charlotte. Kings Mountain and Crowder's Mountain are cruciferous mountains.
No, they're not.
It's not cruciferous. They're called monadnocks. That just means that they're mountains that rise up out of otherwise flat land. They're not part of a mountain range or a series of mountains. They're two mountains that were just pushed up out of otherwise relatively flat land. So it's a neat little area. There's a lot of history involved in these little towns. There's a really nice campground, yep. Kings Mountain, the mountain, actually in South Carolina. It was very instrumental in the winning of the Revolutionary War. Tennessee volunteers and other colonialists all packed up their squirrel rifles and their mule and some food and some clothing, and they all trekked down here. They basically walked through the mountains, the Smokies, and down here to meet and fight the loyalists, and they defeated the loyalists. So it was the first time the two opposing forces had met, the colonialists and the loyalists, and the colonialist routed the loyalist, and that began the march to Charleston. And I've been rambling. So I don't know what the elevation here is. I mean, if you look around, you'll see it's somewhat mountainous. 859 feet. So it's not very high. So yeah, here's another one of those poles.
Yep.
You can see you dial 911 and you give them that number, 658, and they will know where you are to send a rescue team. The clearing that we saw earlier, this is it. Yeah, it's a petroleum pipeline, and it runs down the border between North and South Carolina. If you look right there, it's a North Carolina State Park sign. That's where you enter Crowder's Mountain State Park in North Carolina. And then this direction is Kings Mountain State Park in South Carolina. So this is the border.
See that narrow stretch of cleared land? That is the South Carolina-North Carolina state line. And it resulted from 4 major disputes, 6 surveys, and countless errors, and an 8-decade struggle for accuracy.
When they were dividing the states up, there was a dispute over this line. And I'm sure you can look it up on the internet somewhere, but there's a nice little sign here telling you what happened. They surveyed it several times, and then there was some arguing back and forth. I guess in 1735 they surveyed it and split the states, and then in 1772 they went back and resurveyed it and moved the line, and it's right here today. So pretty cool. We are now in South Carolina. We just hiked in 2 states today.
Yep.
So we're eating some horehounds.
Which is a hard candy.
Yeah, it's a hard candy. It's horehound is a type of tea. Back in the early settlers' days, they used horehound for illness. They would drink horehound tea to, cure a cold or a cough or things like that. And so somewhere along the line, a candy company started making hard candies that were infused with horehounds, and they still make them today. Boo Boo back here was saying that when you start feeling sorry for yourself, a horehound will make you feel better. They're sugary and they're sweet. When you're feeling down and times are tough and you're hungry, and it's amazing how much just eating a sweet little hard candy like that will lift your spirits and make you feel better. So that is the boundary. That's U.S. property over there. That's owned by the federal
National Park Service.
Yeah, that's part of the Kings Mountain National Park, which is the battleground park. So yeah, looks like there's a marker. Yeah, there's a geological survey marker right there. So that's Kings Mountain National Park, the Revolutionary War Park. If you go to the visitor center at the National Park, the Revolutionary War Park, they have a lot of information on the battles and how it was waged through here. And there are still memorials on Kings Mountain today from even the British officers that were there and the loyalist officers that fell in battle. There are memorials to them even today.
Respect on both sides.
Yeah, so even though it was a hard-bitten fight, they still respected each other's abilities and the fact that they were, just doing their duty. We came across some things. I don't know what those are. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Look at that. They look like tiny pine trees or something. The heck are they?
They are fan club moss.
Fan club moss, huh?
Fan club moss.
Wow. I don't think that I've ever seen that before.
Vascular plants that look like miniature pines or cedars spread across the forest floor.
Huh. We turned around a while back and we're now headed back to the parking area. I think when we get back there, the picnic tables, maybe we'll make a coffee. Maybe I'll show the little stove and pot that I carry. We'll boil some water and make a coffee, and then we have a MRE. That tree is on its last leg. It's cracked, it's hollow, it's leaning, its roots are pulling up.
It's still got leaves.
It's gone, yep. I think it's held on, that other tree up there is holding it, but it's gonna go. It's gonna take a piece of the trail with it. Well, we made it back to the parking area. And there's several picnic benches and some grills and things here. But we're gonna pull in here. We're gonna make a coffee and have some lunch. So we'll show you what we got. Okay, so here's our coffee cups. That's the Wildo folded cup, the small. We also have the folded bowl, folded cup, which is the big one. This one is 6 deciliters. I think that one is 3 deciliters, so it's about 8 ounces or so. And then I also carry a Toke 750 milliliter titanium. There's the fuel. Today I'm carrying the BRS 3000. It is super lightweight. It is tiny as all get out. It's non-regulated, so it burns a lot of fuel. And so that's what we'll be heating our coffee up. I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and then while that's rolling, we'll unpack our MREs. We're going to drink some Black Rifle Instant today. All right, so there it goes. That's lit off. There's about 16 ounces of water in there. You're going to have 2 coffees. And then let's unpack your MRE. So you have the cheese tortellini and tomato paste. So slice that thing open. Let's see what all's in there.
Cheese tortellini and tomato sauce.
Okay. Ooh, that coffee smells good in there.
Dry roasted peanuts.
Dry roasted peanuts. All right. Oh, is that a pound cake?
Lemon poppy seed
Oh,
pound
the
cake.
lemon poppy seed is pretty good. The only one that I think is better than the lemon poppy seed is the chocolate.
Beverage powder.
You got a beverage
Orange.
powder? Okay.
Vegetable crackers.
Some crackers, yeah. The accessory packet.
Yep. This is
The heater.
Heater. And then the accessory packet.
What's in the accessory packet?
I have a spoon. I have a napkin, some sugars, Bill's Brew freeze-dried coffee.
Bill's Brew. Okay.
I might try that today instead of my Black Rifle.
Yeah, I've already poured my Black Rifle through that.
And then I've got a
Salt.
a pepper.
A pepper.
And a salt.
And a salt.
A coffee mate. And a wet nap.
All right. I'll check the water here. Well, it's steaming. Got some small bubbles. So it should be ready shortly. So that should be the spaghetti with meat
Spaghetti
sauce.
with beef and sauce. Oh, you got peanut butter. I didn't get a peanut butter.
You didn't get anything for your crackers?
No.
Okay. You want the peanut butter? You can have the peanut butter.
You have grape beverage powder.
Great beverage powder.
You have crackers. I have
Crackers.
vegetable crackers. You have crackers.
Yeah, yours is...
No, wait a minute. I got cheated.
I got Skittles?
You have Skittles. I have lemon poppy seed.
No, you got lemon poppy seed.
There's your heater,
Uh-huh. Put that to the side.
and there's your accessory pack.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we'll make any trade you want to trade, and our coffee water is ready. So I'm going to shut the camera off, and we'll get in this. Coffees. You got Bill's Brew, and I have a
It
Black
looks pretty
Rifle.
good. Look, it's nice and dark.
I have Black Rifle coffee. I'm going to stir mine and see what. I know that's good. How's your Bill's Brew?
Kind of basic.
Yeah. You might need to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, I might.
I'm going to spruce mine up. I know. I have some French vanilla creamer packs, and I'm going to season mine with. Well, we're going to dig into this. I didn't bring the tripod, so I'm not going to be able to set this thing up today on the tripod. So we're going to dig into this, and we will catch you on the next one.